What's up, everybody? This your girl CC with Where It Begins Magazine, and I got my co-host Theo on the line. How are you today?
I'm good, CC. What about you?
I'm good. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday to you. Hey, man, before we start off real quick, I'm excited about the brunch that's coming up here in a little bit.
Yes, I'm excited too for our brunch that's coming up March the 5th. I cannot wait. It's
There it
our first
is.
brunch at the atrium.
Yeah, it's going to go down. It's going to be live.
Yes. Thanks for throwing that up. But we have a special guest, and I'm gonna let her introduce herself, who she is, and where she's from, and what she do.
Awesome. Cece, thank you so much for that. It's your girl, Sherri Summers. I am your life insurance expert. I'm super excited to be here in the house. I specialize in helping women in business protect their asset, increase their earning power, and doing it in a way that feel damn good about it.
I know that's right.
That's your IG tagline, pretty much. I saw that and I was like, okay, she coming strong for the women.
Yes, baby. Yes.
Go ahead, represent us. Yes. And this what? March will be Women's Day, right?
Correct. March, yes. March is Women's Month.
Okay. What motivated you to start a career in financing and insurance?
Very good. So I have always been in a space as a life coach, helping women with their money and their mindset. There's a big connection there. I'm sure you already know that. But what I was realizing, I was good at making money. I was good at increasing my earning power, but I was bad at keeping the money. So it wasn't an issue about making money. I got that packed down. I believe in abundance and prosperity. But the issue is, okay, when I make that money, what do I do? Because after a while of earning that money, you're not physically earning it. When does that stop? So where you can breathe a little bit and let your money keep making you money. And I say, if I had that problem, so does other women have that problem as well. So that's why it empowered me to say, okay, let me see what I can do. Let me kind of also really fast kind of go back just a little bit for respect your time. I was in law enforcement. I was in law enforcement for 10 years as a corporal. And in the process of me being in law enforcement, I kept seeing something happening where inmates will go get released and come back. So we had an issue with our recidivism rate. They just keep getting back into the jail over and over. So during that time, I was in real estate and I was going to real estate school and kind of watching that. So I said to these inmates, why are y'all just keep coming back and forth? So because no one would hire them, right? You don't pay your child support. You get your driver's license taken away here in Florida, and then you just got to go back to jail because you don't have any driver's license to go to work. So it's just a continuous broken issue. So I decided to be the solution for that. And so I started teaching inmates how to start their own businesses while they're in jail. So when they're released, they can have their own business and become taxpayers again. So I would learn what I learned inside of real estate school, and I would take it back to the jail and I would teach these inmates. So when they're released, they'll start the LLC and they'll start their lawn services, they'll start their contractual companies, anything you could think of, they would start doing it. And when they started doing it, it got recognition of our President Barack Obama in 2016. And I was invited to the White House to say thank you for the Get Her Done project that I started within the jail. So that was amazing. That was the first thing. I'm like, oh, I have something here. Short-lived, my son passed out of school unresponsive, not breathing. And I end up having to end my law enforcement career because I needed to be more time with my son because he has really bad asthma. So his body doesn't regulate heat. So with that being said, I end up having to leave law enforcement. But even in the process of staying in there, I asked my job to adjust my time and they told me they wouldn't. Now I just got the sheriff reelected after that project I just did. And they're telling me that I cannot leave 30 minutes to pick up my son from school because I had just recently got divorced. And during that process, when my son passed out, I feel like there was God telling me it's time to move. And when I got to his school, he's laying on the concrete, he hit his head, not breathing, unresponsive. And I said, God, if you bring me my son back, I will never allow anyone to control my life again. Anyone. So I took the information I was helping with the release inmates, and I took that and I started helping mompreneurs. And during that time, I was broke. I was broke. I didn't have any money. I was broke, and I had an iPhone. And I was iPhone 6 at the time. Okay. I started going live and telling people about my situation and how, the different steps financially I'm taking, because I'm behind on my car payment, behind on my mortgage. And I just started sharing my story about how I'm getting out of debt. And I was using the capital for my life insurance policy to get me to start my business. And that's the short version. That's how I got started.
Wow.
It's a dope story.
Right. Deep. Go ahead, Theo.
No, so as far as in law enforcement, what were you doing at the time?
Very good. So I was a corporal, and I had a couple of officers that was beneath me, and they would tell me what's going on. If you have a complaint about a citizen, complaint about an officer, I'm the one you come to.
Okay.
So, and it was a passion of mine, but that doesn't solve crime, right? Teach a man how to fish solve crime, right?
Okay.
And so I think that was a blessing, and that's what was my job. So I was in something called community service program. And I would just get in there, and on Wednesday and Thursday, get in a classroom and start teaching about LLC, teaching about wholesaling, teaching all these different stuff, how to lease option a property, how to get your LLC, how to get your business started, cash flow, and all that stuff. And so when they release, they started their own business. When was the last time you asked somebody, hey, do you have a criminal record that's come to cut your lawn? we don't ask those questions. Yeah. But if you get a job, they're asking those questions. So that just was a way of working around the system for them to become taxpayers again.
Okay, definitely, man. Shout out to you for having that initiative to kind of give back, and then God making that your calling to be your full-time lane. So I'm always interested to figure out how people sometimes purposefully and sometimes we stumble into our successes in our lane of where He wants to put us. So definitely that's dope hearing your story of how you got there.
Yep. Thank you.
No problem. So first of all, let me back up for a second. Let's get a point of clarity. I see a lot of women talk all over your social media, all over your information, all over your bio. Just want to know specifically, as far as like how you got specifically into those services that are going to cater to the women. And as a man, we don't get left out these days either. So just as far as your customer clientele, do you accept men customers, or are we just strictly on the women's side, or you lock the door when you see me coming?
Well, I lock the door when you see you coming. No.
Okay.
But let me say this: you're gonna thank me after I'm done talking, and I make it fast. Let's be clear. A woman is more powerful when she's financially successful, right? Okay. Because back in the days, women got married whether they want to or not, because they needed that financial security. So, my mama, them, and cousin them, right? Back then, they made decision because they had to do certain things. They stay in abusive relationship. They stay in certain things because they didn't have the financial capacity to leave those things alone, right? So they stay with husband umpteen years until the kids get from school. So if I teach women how to be successful, what happened is when they get with a mate, like I just got engaged in like December 25th, Christmas Day.
Congratulations.
I came in, thank you. I came in as a helpmate. My partner makes money, I make money. So when we came in, we didn't come in like, oh, I need him to pay the mortgage, or he need me to, So because now we just came in generally because we loved each other. So so as a brother, that's helping you. We were at the store the other day, and he wanted this phone so bad, but in his mind, he's a motorcycle guy. He'd rather go buy a part for a motorcycle than get this phone. So right when he got to the register, that's the phone he wanted, but he was going to sacrifice the phone to get something else. And I slide a card across the table, and I was like, babe, if that's what you want, that's what you're going to get. Let me tell you, honey, he was all up in it like, baby, I love you, because he would do the things for me, but the phone, he's like, okay, no, I'm just going to buy a part for my car. But that in itself, that she's coming as a helpmate, she's already come in complete. Now, don't get me wrong, we need our brothers. Okay. Don't get it twisted. Right. But coming in as he's complementing the deal, but he isn't the deal. So I think that's powerful.
That's big. Yeah, no, I'm a personally, I'm a personal believer in being equally yoked. And definitely I believe that financial, financial literacy and financial freedom, it definitely should be a goal for, all of our people. So definitely I support that all day. As far as when you are dealing with your customers, what's your primary way of acquiring new customers?
My primary way is social media. Most people
Okay.
that comes to me, is from, I'm a national life insurance agent. That means I have 49 license. I'm licensed
Okay.
in 49 states. So I don't limit myself. I can have a client anywhere. So my primary people that comes to me, they come through social media.
Okay. How's that been? I know social media can be a double-edged sword when you're reaching out, communicating with people and posting and getting responses. So how's that whole experience been working for you?
I love social media. I am the #1 producer in social media when it comes to life insurance. And I think
Okay.
that's because the way we use the market for as life insurance, again, going back to the mom and them door knocking and cold calling, I believe in integrity. So you don't want anyone to do anything you don't want to do to me. So I literally just get online and entertain, engage, and just give the value that especially our Black community need to know. Because when we look at life insurance, we were only looking at life insurance as you final expense. But the best kept secret of life insurance right now, life insurance can be used to build wealth. And a lot of our people don't know that. They're only focused on the final expense piece. But I just told you that I used the capital for my life insurance to start my business. That was the capital I used. So there's ways, the Rockefeller and fellows and the Jews, all of them put money in their life insurance and started their business. It's required by the Jews for every family member that has a business to have life insurance on them. So it's just us that don't know. And life insurance is tax-free. And their policy right now that has guaranteed that you'll get it back regardless of how the market is doing. So it's just super important that I spread that knowledge to people and just kind of change the dynamic of when we talk about life insurance and what it looks like.
Gotcha. We definitely love our guests who are full of knowledge like yourself and who come on and drop jewels. Obviously, we want to funnel, as many people who need that personal and direct help to you and to people like you, so that they can get that personalized attention and get a situation that's going to work and fit and tailor what they have going on. But if you had like one tip for just a general person with life insurance, what from an expert, what's the recommendation to make sure we do or watch out for, or what would you say that one golden thing is?
I think your one golden thing when it comes to life insurance is the people who actually have the policy, they don't take time to review the policy. I would hear people say, oh, I bought life insurance the other day, or I bought it years ago, but ask them where it's at, they don't know anything about it. And you need to always have a policy review on your existing life insurance, because especially if it's a term policy, baby, that policy is getting ready to expire, and term policy is good based on the objective of what you need it for, but it's super important to do a policy review. And it's also important to do that policy review because you may have changed your relationship. So your partner who was your beneficiary before may not be a beneficiary anymore, right? And your new wife or your new husband is like, okay, did you take him off? So it's what I think, and we leave so much money on the table when we don't do our policy renewal. And if you're healthy and you don't have any underlying issues, you make great for policies that gives you the opportunity to play in the marketplace as an index, and you make more money on your money while the market is doing good. And so you're rewarding yourself. So when you retire, you can supplement your existing retirement. So I really think it's super important to get rewarded for being in good health and also doing that policy review so you can know where you stand. And last, make sure you're telling a family member where the policy is held. Like, make sure you tell them, because that's another thing. The life insurance is a billion-dollar business. It's one of the biggest business against real estate. Not real estate, life insurance finance is #1. And the reason why it is because there's so many people that has life insurance that never accessed it because they never told someone that they actually had it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what are some of your goals you want to accomplish for 2022?
Well, I'm getting married in Jamaica.
Congratulations.
Yes, I gotta get through that. And my goal for 2022 is really to hit as much stage delivering the goods on letting know our people know all the different strategies that life insurance can do for them. It's not like when we're back in the days, oh, you died, here's the money, you know. And I am an advocate for not using GoFundMe accounts for life insurance. So however way I can get the message out, like I'm doing here right now, let me thank you in advance for that, is being able to tell people GoFundMe is not life insurance. And there's different strategy, even if you have an underlying condition where there's no medical report that you need, you can get life insurance. So there's no excuse to be in somebody's inbox asking for help.
Gotcha.
She's like, that's deep. Facial expression.
Yeah. Now you definitely somebody saying, it sounds like a lot of people, especially our community, needs to get in contact with. Shout out your social media website, or what's the best ways to kind of follow you, see what you got going on, or get in contact with you directly.
Awesome. So all social media, easy to find. It's ITS Sherri Summers, and that's 2 R's. Sherri Summers, SOMERS. It's Sherri Summers on all social media. My website is also itssherri.com. Appreciate that. Okay.
You said you're the social media queen. Do you have certain times you go live or anything like that?
Okay, so yes, and I'm on Instagram going live all the time, Monday through Friday. I have my golden nugget with Sherri. And one of the reasons that's how my business started. As I told you, when I left the sheriff office, I was broke. So I'll use live videos as my training tool. So follow me on IG. I'm always on there dropping nuggets about how to use life insurance to build wealth.
Definitely. I'm gonna have to tune in and become a fan.
Yes.
Definitely. But I love what you're doing with the community and with the women, especially. Do you have any workshops or anything that you're working on?
Awesome. So I will be I'm working on a workshop. Let me talk about this. I'm working, if it's okay, I'm working on a workshop called the Life Insurance Mastermind Playbook. And what I realized, a lot of people don't know the basic of what life insurance, what is a term policy, you know, what's a permanent policy, what is the IUL, which is something we just talked about. So I'm working on a masterclass workshop, and that is on my website, itssherri.com, where people can go and just learn the basic. If you don't want somebody blowing up your phone saying, hey, buy a policy, you can go there and educate yourself. And it's a masterclass for life insurance playbook, how the wealthy builds wealth with life insurance.
Okay, all right now. I love it. Last question before we go into our trivia is, what advice can you give to other people that will want to do the same thing or get into insurance and everything?
If they're getting insurance from the standpoint of how it was done back in the days, the baby boomers of our insurance company, they're going away. So our baby boomers are going away. So it leaves a huge gap of insurance agents that are not being served, because the baby boomers were the top of getting into life insurance because it created that freedom. So we need life insurance agents. So if this is something that you're passionate about and you really want to help people build wealth, or even have a check, when I have a divine business, and so do you. When you walk into a funeral parlor and a mom is tearing down with her eyes because her son passed away, and they're trying to ask her what burial to pick out, and what does she want, the dove, or how does she want her son open? She's not thinking about that. The one less thing she has to think about is the check to pay for that funeral, or the check that. So when I'm handing her that check, it's like a peace of mind. So we can say whatever we want, but one thing, the mortality rate is 100%, right? So I really encourage, if that's something you want to do, is to get in life insurance, do it, because yes, sign a policy, but also handing over a check to my client for a child that passed away, make me feel like I do have a divine business. So if it's something you want to get in, make sure you get in. And last, really talk with your agents and see if you qualify for all these other life insurance benefit that allows you to play in the marketplace, but still have a policy that is married to a life insurance. Because again, it's tax tax-free money, people, that we're not using. It's tax-free. With a Roth, you're taxed when you put in. With a mutual fund, you're taxed when you pull out. Life insurance, hello. It's going to pay out before your 401k. It's going to pay out before all these other things that you have going on your retirement fund. And I don't think we use it enough. Just really quick, my son is 19 years old. He's in the military. He's in the Marines. He's putting away $200 per month into a life insurance policy. When my son stopped paying that $200 a month at 45, he will, based on how the market may be doing, take away $4,000 per month. Month. This 19-year-old boy, that's not including what the military is giving him. That's not including if he has a 9 to 5, So he'll be triple money, this little black boy, right? Because mama set him up right, and all that from the power of life insurance. And he'll get that till he's 101. Wow. So yes, just amazing. Sorry, I get passionate.
That is. Hey, you're not adopting any grown people, are you? Because PC and I sound like we need to be on that hookup plan.
I'm telling you, just because I knew, so I said him, yeah. So he's double dipping, triple dipping. If he come out, the military money, life insurance money at 45, right? 45 years old. So yeah, only because his mama knew some breaking that generation curse, right? So yes, shout out to the Marines and everyone who served, of course.
Definitely, all the military.
Yes. Well, Theo, you ready to go into our trivia fun fact game?
Yeah, I had a question, but I'm scratching that question. I'm going in a different direction.
Bring it, we're ready.
Because I'm thinking about it, right? You're big into the life insurance, and I'm somewhat of a risk taker at various times of my life, and then I'm very cautious at other times. So I've done crazy things like paragliding and stuff like that. That makes you rethink your life situation while you're going through it. And, do I have life insurance? And am I going to make it at the end of this ride and whatnot? So I'm just curious, for somebody so big into the life insurance, what's the most dangerous thing that you've ever done?
What's most, well, I'm Jamaican, so dangerous for me. I'm a risk taker when it comes to money, like you said, investing in real estate and all that, because that's risk in itself. But as far as physically done, Dunn's River, I don't know if you've been in Jamaica, Dunn's River Fall, climbing that fall. If you slip, one slip, you're all the way back.
Yeah.
So, but keep in mind when you sign up with a policy, and that's another gem, they'll ask you, some companies, an insurance company asks you, in the next 2 years, you'll be parasailing, rock climbing, mountain climbing. So those are all things they ask you within the 2 years. And hopefully you say no, or hopefully it's no, because some insurance companies shun upon those risk things. When I was a cop, I had a challenge getting life insurance too as well. So those are things, but after the 2 years, they're like, okay, you're good. So there's a 2-year thing there where you can't be rock climbing and a certain thing for certain companies. So keep that in mind.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
What you got, CC?
My question is, if you could go back in time for a day, what day would you go to and why?
Ooh, that's a good one. If I could go back in time, it would be the time when I call my job and tell them that, that I'm separating, I'm leaving, or I did a 3-month notice and tell them I'm leaving. And at that point, and the reason why I want to go back there, because at that time, faith was my guide. So I wanted to go back there because I know what I know now. You have to build unshakable faith to be able to do the things that we do. So I will go back to tell herself that, girl, you got this. You're going to be good. You got this.
Okay. All right. Well, I definitely want to say thanks for interviewing with us today. It's been a pleasure. Like you dropped a lot of gems for me, as far as finance and insurance. Thanks. And like I said, continue on your journey. Hope you have a successful 2022. Go ahead, Theo.
No, definitely. Everybody go check out Sherri Summers on her Instagram, on her website. Definitely sounds like some insightful stuff. And like I said, financial empowerment is freedom. So we definitely all as a people need to get invested in that and make our own personal moves. So this sounds like a very good option for people. So definitely thank you for coming on. Definitely for sharing your knowledge. And definitely we want everybody to go check this out when it drops on YouTube.
Yes, and also she'll be in this issue that's coming out, talking about her love life. And congratulations.
Congratulations.
On everything. So y'all look out for the magazine where it begins, and she'll be in this issue.
Thank you so much, guys. Yes, follow me. It's ITS Sherri Summers on all social media platforms. And if I can help you in any way to, again, protect your asset, increase your earning power, and feel damn good doing it. I appreciate it.
I love it. All right, well, you have a happy Wednesday. Be blessed and be safe out there. I know you have to go because you have a meeting at 1, right?
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, Sherri.
No, not at all. I appreciate the opportunity to come in and give the gem. And thank you guys for creating this space. We definitely need you in this world.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. All right. Have a good one.